The Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Abubakar Malami, SAN, has expressed the federal government's determination to end all forms of undemocratic and uncultured activities against journalists in the country. He disclosed this at the opening of a two-day policy dialogue on media, civil society and violence-free election in Nigeria, the nation's capital. Malami said it is important perpetrators of crimes against journalists are severely dealt with to serve as deterrents to others.
Media.
The policy dialogue on media, civil society and violence-free election in Nigeria is in commemoration of the 2022 International Day to End Impunity for Crimes Against Journalists. This is in recognition of how journalists are killed or considered missing in the course of their duties. Reports added that in 2022, a total of 16 deaths were recorded, while over 290 were jailed in 2021, as 65 journalists went missing globally. These circumstances gave rise to this auspicious event celebrated every 2nd of November to advance the UN Plan of Action on the Safety of Journalists. Speaking on the theme of the conference, the Attorney General of the Federation said, as Nigeria warmed up for the 2023 general election, the media are the critical stakeholders in the electionary process, hence calling on those involved to act by the provisions of the Electoral Act to shun violence, particularly on the media.
The 2023 election campaign gathered momentum. We chose the theme of the celebration to revolve around media, civil society, and violence-free election in Nigeria. This proactive engagement has the objective of enlightenment to shun electoral offenses with the sole intention of making healthier process at all levels of electioneering campaign. It is important to note that recent developments in Nigeria prove that the federal government has laudable initiatives to end impunity for crimes against Nigerian citizens. Let us join hands in making sure that all campaign utterances are humane and in conformity with global best practices, thereby contributing to violence-free electoral process.
Providing opportunity for raising awareness on the need for adoption of strategies to achieve violence-free election and end impunity for crimes against journalists. 2, avoiding acts that will promote electoral offenses in whatever form. 3, promoting dialogue among all actors involved in violence-free election and for combating impunity for crimes against journalists.
On his part, INEC National Commissioner Muhammad Aruna, representing the chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, said, while ensuring that the commission delivers in its mandate, it is paramount that journalists act responsibly and professionally to allow the free flow of democracy to have a world-class election come 2023.
Create impunity for crimes against journalists. We should remember that regardless of our profession, religion, region or ethnicity, we are all stakeholders in the country's peace and progress. To date, democracy is the best means of achieving these objectives. And so, journalists and non-journalists alike, each individual or group, must play its own role so that next year's general election will be the best in our history and among the best in the world.
And please, work with the federal government, work with the authorities. Let us see that this election is free and fair and violence-free, because that is the only thing that will ensure the continuance of democracy in Nigeria.
Earlier, the technical lead of Managing Conflict in Nigerian Program, Dr. Okoa Okio, noted that the conference is aimed at identifying strategies for combating electoral violence for the dividends of democracy.
Dialogue today, we'll be able to identify key strategies for preventing these various forms of manifestations of violence in order to ensure that Nigerians have the freedom to choose their government, and that the prospects for consolidating democracy in Nigeria will be enhanced.
The last national policy seeks to address the impunity for crimes regarding some election-related violence and malpractices, especially the failure to hold perpetrators accountable, was signed on 20th of September 2017. However, this year's policy will identify areas that are critical to shunning electoral offenses for healthier electionary campaign processes in the country. Vincent Okushi, QTV News, Abuja.
Audio Jungle.